My name is Orndorff, co-founder of PLG Technologies, and I'm here to present to you the CASING Compass for the Abbott Innovative Product and Services Award competition. CASING Compass is a navigational aid designed to assist with horizontal casing installation. It's simple to install and calibrate, offers instant, accurate remote data on the bore. It's applicable across a wide variety of casing diameters and machines. And although we developed it with the traditional auger boring contractor in mind, we've found customers, both contractors and engineers alike, have found it useful across a wide variety of casing installation methodologies. Compass is designed to add depth and dimension to the information that's available from the bore pit. It's designed to replace a traditional steel water level block and has an internal plumbing such to where it's proven to have superior performance, especially in boring downhill, where traditional water level blocks will tend to get air bubbles worked up into the line and induce inaccuracies. In addition to being a water level head, it has a very particular set of sensors, one being a grade sensor. The reason why that's important is because in order for a water level to deviate from its intended design grade, two things have to occur. You have to have a grade deviation, and then you have to travel a linear distance along that said deviation before you will see a discrepancy in the water level. The CASING Compass has a roll sensor, which will tell the contractor how many hundredths of a foot right or left the casing has rolled. And one of its unique features is that it has a green LED that's mounted within the discharge to the water level. So if you're actively flowing water and you turn the LED on, it provides a target that's visible just above the augers all the way from the bore pit. A lot of benefits to having remote, instant, and accurate data. First and foremost, it reduces confined space entries, which leads to a safer project. It allows contractors to make educated decisions sooner, which leads to straighter bores, less push pressure, and less machine wear and tear. If the contractor chooses, they can navigate without pulling augers, which saves time throughout the course of a project. We also provide an Excel template for our customers to record CASING Compass data throughout the course of a bore, and it leaves them with an accurate as-built as soon as the bore is completed. Our hammer bore customers love the CASING Compass because they don't have to practice the point and shoot method of hammer bore installation anymore. They know exactly what their casing is doing at all times throughout the course of a hammer, which leads to our conductor barrel customers. In the HDD world, they found that driving a conductor barrel at a known grade with the CASING Compass helps them gain on their schedule and establish a bore profile sooner. Our pilot tube and GPM customers have found the CASING Compass to be cheap insurance, especially on large diameter installs, where the casing has a tendency to wander off from the established path from the pilot tubes. They found that they can detect as soon as a casing starts to wander and can address the issue before it becomes a big problem, costing thousands of dollars and delays on the project. Our articulated application customers, the tunnel head and the steering head guys, have found that by using two CASING compasses, one in front of the articulation and one behind the articulation, they can always have an established, consistent numerical relationship between what angle the head has to be in relation to the casing. So with our steering head customers, they don't have to count turns on the articulated steering head anymore. They always know what grade their head has to be in order to maintain a desired grade on the casing. CASING Compass has made a lot of firsts in our industry. It's the first such device to be developed by trenchless contractors for trenchless contractors. As seen below, its profile is 60% less than that of a traditional water level block, which leads to less soil contact. It's the first such device to be in percentage of grade rather than degrees, which can be cumbersome to convert if you're using a standard inclinometer on your project. It's also the first such device that can be calibrated to the grade of your casing when you start, always giving you a consistent reference in units that you understand compared to where you started. From a cost standpoint, the CASING Compass is priced such that if the device saves 2 auger pulls over the course of a project, the contractor has reaped the savings in what he paid for the compass. Our starter kit, when a bore crew saves a day over the course of their installation from job to job, the starter kit's paid for itself. Those are the tangibles. The intangibles are a little bit harder to calculate. The instant, accurate, early data that a contractor receives that allows him to make educated decisions sooner can save thousands of dollars and costly project delays in retooling and redoing bores that have gotten off line and grade. In 2004, a California auger boring contractor had an employee down a 24-inch casing using a torch. The torch hose ruptured, and the employee burned to death inside that casing. Having both grown up in the industry, my co-founder and I have made it our mission to minimize confined space entries and keep people out of the pipe whenever possible. In addition, the instant and accurate data provided by the casing compass has the potential to increase accuracy industry-wide and decrease the mystery of horizontal casing installations of all types. We all know the engineer that steered away from a hammer bore in favor of an open cut because he heard a story one time of a casing popping up in the middle of a busy railroad track. Well, with the instant and accurate data that the casing compass provides, our goal is that cased horizontal bores will grow in market share industry-wide. This is a case study in which the casing compass was used on a 48-inch pipe hammer going underneath 3 sets of busy railroad tracks in Milford, Virginia. The bore was to be installed at 0.25% uphill, leaving little room for error. In addition, there was unstable ground, differing soils, groundwater, and unknown obstructions due to the age of the track. Every 5 feet during the bore, we shut the hammer down for approximately 20 seconds and recorded the casing compass data into our Excel spreadsheet. When the job was complete, we calculated the elevation from our spreadsheet of what the casing should be at and compared that to what we shot it with the transit. As you can see here, the calculated elevation and the surveyed elevation were less than 1/100th difference, proving that our casing compass could stand the rigors of a 24-inch TT pipe ram. Thank you for your consideration and for the opportunity to present the Casing Compass by PLG Technologies.